over to the sportsbook. Nick, is there like a game total that you're going to be targeting? Kings Pelicans has the highest total on the slate with 235.5.
Yeah, these are tough. I normally there's one or two that jump out, but with the amount of potential blowouts, I mean, there's just kind of so much going through your head as far as what the game script is going to be in some of these. You mentioned that Pels Kings game over 230 or 235.5 is the total. I think I would go over on that. I mean, Sacramento has gone over in almost 60% of its road games this season. That Pelicans offense starting to look a lot better since the arrival of CJ McCollum. They're a top 10 offense over the last 10 games. This just feels like a game that you're going to check, whatever app you use at like 10:30 tonight, and it's going to be like 135 to 128. I can't provide any evidence as to why that's going to happen, but it just seems like a game that's going to get out of control. The other one that I'm keeping an eye on is I kind of like the under. 229.5 was the last number I saw in Utah and Houston tonight. And, this is essentially banking on this being a massive blowout in favor of the Utah Jazz because the Utah offense should be able to score at will. Houston has been by far the worst defense in the NBA over its last 10. Utah third in offense in that span, but the Jazz play really slowly. Houston's missing some key pieces. Kevin Porter likely to sit tonight. Eric Gordon expected to sit out on a back-to-back. I don't think Houston is going to hold up its end of the bargain here. So even if Utah, scores in the 120s, I think this could be a game where Houston struggles to get over 100.
All right, Garion, tough to choose here, but do you have one that you're targeting?
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the under in that Charlotte-Cleveland game. It's 217.5 right now. Generally speaking, taking unders in Hornets games has been a bad idea, although they have been trending towards the under lately. They are actually 9-4 to the under in their last 13 games, primarily because despite the fact they continue to run at a very up-tempo pace, they've had the worst offensive rating in the Eastern Conference in that span of time. They are just having a really hard time scoring the basketball, whereas Cleveland has always kind of leaned towards the under this season. They are a defensive-based basketball team. 61% of their games have gone to the under this season. That is the highest mark of any Eastern Conference team. And they've been playing some real 90s basketball without their point guards. A lot of 92 to 86 kind of games the past couple weeks. So obviously, keep an eye on Darius Garland. He is questionable for this game. If he does play, I'm a little less inclined to chase this number. But if we're looking at 48 minutes of Brandon Goodwin and Tim Frazier, I just don't think there's enough offensive potential in this game to get over this number.
Yeah, that one already creeping up to 218.5, but odds and lines are subject to change. Chinmay, is there a game total that you're targeting?
Yeah, I like the Heat Bucks over, and I know that can be against conventional wisdom. Miami is one of the better defensive teams in the league, and Milwaukee, we know what they're capable of defensively, but the Heat have gone over in 2 of their last 3 games, and even with Kyle Lowry out again, I like Gabe Vincent and Tyler Hero to step up and have big games again, and the Bucks have gone over in 8 straight games prior to their under against Charlotte, as we just mentioned, has been playing some pretty rough basketball of late. So I like the Heat and the Bucks over. If it goes a couple more points up, I might trend away from that. But as of right now, I think it's sitting at a pretty nice total, and that's the one that I'm looking at right now.